Welcome to Main Street Series. We are live on the set of Royal Pains with Mark Feuerstein. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I'm so happy to be here in Long Island shooting our fantastic TV show that I love making. Can't see behind the camera, but Henry Winkler is right there taking pictures of the entire experience. The highest level on-set photographer you could ever imagine to have.
Doesn't get much better.
It doesn't. As we speak, they're shooting a stunt of a Ferrari crashing on the side of a road.
That's just so wrong.
It's just so wrong and so right for Royal Pains, because there's going to be a victim in the accident who Hank has to save in some way. They come up with some of the most creative ways of incorporating the things that are just there in my immediate grasp to help save lives. And I love it. I love that aspect. We have a scene in this episode set where they make the wine on a vineyard. And I don't want to tell you too much of the story of that episode, but suffice to say that health issues become immediately important in the vats of the wine cellar, and I am forced with my father to operate.
Your father played by?
My father played by
Henry
Henry Winkler, who is the greatest. I just feel so lucky every day I get to work with that guy. And he and I are forced to work together to save this kid's life. It's very tense between my father and me because, as you've heard on various episodes of the show, our father, he left us at a time when we just found out our mother had cancer, and we were abandoned by him. So we have a lot of resentment for the fact that he left 20 years ago, and now we're meant to possibly patch things up, but it's very hard for my character to let it go. We have an incredible array of guest stars coming on this show, from the ones that you saw last year, like Campbell Scott and Christine Ebersole.
She's great.
She's amazing. She's an amazing actress. She brings so much to the table. She's always funny, charming, and poignant, and emotional, and vulnerable. You couldn't have asked for a better actress to play Miss Newburgh, or Newpart's Newburgh, as we call her on the show. We have Marcia Gay Harden coming on the show, and the hospital hasn't been as much of a character with personality on the show, but this year, with the addition of Marcia Gay Harden, now you have this bureaucratic, hard-nosed doctor as a perfect foil / antagonist to Jill and me and the main characters, because she's laying down the law and we're meant to sort of fight and work outside the boundaries of that law. And there's no one better to play that part. She's fantastic.
Now, Big Show is coming to Royal Pains in the Hamptons. How is that going to
Well, I was lucky enough to shoot a movie in New Orleans this past hiatus with Big Show. And I fell in love with it. The name of the movie is Knucklehead. It's coming out at the end of October.
Okay.
And it's an adorable family movie where I play a kind of a different character from Hank Lawson. I play a hustler named Eddie Sullivan who's down on his luck looking for a fighter to represent, and I find a 450-pound, 7-foot-tall giant. Well,
if you're looking for a fighter, that fit the bill.
He fits the bill. So he becomes my fighter. We travel the country, going to a big fight at the end in New Orleans, and we had the best time making this movie together. We spent our days shooting our movie and in his bus where he travels the country to wrestling matches, watching Paul Newman movies, and the director of that movie is Michael Watkins, who's shooting this episode right now. So I said to an executive at a season 2 gear up party, I said, we should get Big Show on the show. And he was like, I love it. It's in the family. He's on Raw. It's a perfect synergistic match. And we got Big Show on the show. And he did an episode we finished shooting last week, and he was fantastic. I mean, you wouldn't know from his wrestling that he's also a very talented, fine actor, but he is.
Now, you must have fun with your family. You've got 2 little children. Do they get to spend time on the set with you?
Last summer, my kids came out with my wife, and we got to spend some incredible time on the beaches of Bridgehampton and Southampton.
They're gorgeous.
And my kids love the beach, so it's like you don't have to worry about what are they going to play with or what are they going to do. They just plop them in the sand and the ocean, and they're fine. Hopefully they'll come out in August, and we'll have some time together out here. I'm not sure if that's going to happen yet, but In the meantime, I'm frolicking here in the sun on a vineyard.
On a vineyard.
In the North Fork of Long Island.
That's right.
Life could not be better.
Life couldn't be better. I'm going to thank you so much for joining us.
It's my pleasure.
I have a little something from Hamptons.com for you.
Oh my God, that's very nice of you.
You gotta
Let's see
have
how
the
it
hat
looks.
and the
Let's
Hamptons.
check it out. My Hamptons.com hat. I think I'm styling.
You are styling.
I think I'm styling in Long Island with Hamptons.com.
Mark, thank you so very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure.
It's a pleasure to be here, be with you.
Thank you.